everyone, hope you're well. My name is Sherelle and I've been a pro makeup artist for 16 years, so I'm so excited that I get to give you all the tips and tricks that I've learned in the industry on this channel. So you need to subscribe because that's the only way you're going to find out all the latest tips and tricks. Okay, so we have an amazing palette by Morphe that I'm so excited about. It is called the Gold Seeker. Now this has some beautiful shades that we're just going to be focusing today on eyes, and I love the fact that we can just do concentrated makeup looks, and then of course you can always check out other tutorials that I have on this channel, but today we're going to be focusing on this palette, and this is what the look's going to look like afterwards. So if you want to see how I got from there to this, please keep watching. So I've just done my brows off camera just so this tutorial is not too long, and of course I've got plenty of tutorials of me doing my brows, so please watch them. And I'm going to get straight into the eye makeup. Now that I've done my brows, I need to ensure that my base for the eyeshadow is pretty much smooth, so I like to use like a setting powder. So feel free to just use a setting powder and just powder your eyes. What it's going to do is going to stop any oil from seeping through, and you can use your concealer as a base if you would like. I'm just using like a normal translucent powder. So this is just going to work really well for those who, especially me, suffer with oily eyelids, and sometimes your makeup can move on your eyeshadow. It's going to prevent that. As you can see, I'm all set and ready to go. So let's try this. If you are choosing your, like, you've got a palette and you're like, there's so much colours in it, and you're like, what colour do I want to play with today? You really want to just kind of, in your mind, decide kind of what colours you want to use. So for me personally, of course, the gold is like centre stage. So I really want to use that and make that the main focus on the lid of the eye. And of course, I see some crease colour. So I'm going to use this colour here, and that is called Scent and Sensibility. I'm going to use that in the crease area, and I'm probably going to do like a little light colour there, and then smoke it out on the bottom with these darker shades. So I really want to create that kind of soft smoky eyes, but still very pretty and wearable and not too heavy. So that's what I'm going to do. So just obviously watch along. I'm definitely going to try and tell you what eyeshadows I'm using so that it's easy for you to kind of create this look. Guidelines on, and I use this when I'm using multiple eyeshadows just because I don't want it to fall out or change kind of where I'm trying to go, especially with a lot of eyeshadow that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to be using the first colour, which is the Scent and Sensibility. I'm going to pretty much use this in my crease colour. So I'm going in, I'm just going to run that back and forth and just create that eye. I really want this eye look to really take shape. So I really want this to be a statement. So definitely want to start blending out this crease colour and just kind of working it in. So let's have a look and see what that's like. So just, yeah, I really want that to stand out. So I'm just going back and forth until I'm happy with the style of this crease. Do I want it to have a bit more pigment? And I want it to transition really well. So I'm just really going back and forth with this. So I've just obviously gone back and forth, and as you can see, I've got the shape. Now, for best practice for sure, always do your crease, because you're going to find it's going to allow you to then choose where the other eyeshadows go, and it's going to keep it in the place that you need it. So I'm then now going to go in with a slightly darker shade, which is Fenty that, and I'm going to use that just to create a little bit of depth around this part of my eye. And this is where this tape's going to help, because it's going to just keep the depth just there, which I don't want it to go too high. So I'm excited. So let me go in with this one. Okay, and then what I just want to do is I'm just going to create, as you can see, just a little bit of depth, and I'm just kind of keeping it around that area there. And you can see I'm just working it in, and you always want just to know what you're doing. That's the key point of when you are doing dark eyeshadow. So I'm just going in there, and I just want a little bit of depth. So just build it. You can create a slight V, and I'm just going in, as you can see, and I'm using the guideline because it's going to give me a nice shape afterwards. But I don't want this. I want it to be slightly that way, because I don't know if you guys know, I'm slightly obsessed with a cat eye just because of how it makes the eyes look. So just go in there and just kind of push the product in, because we want a bit of depth, but we don't want it to look like too dark, because I don't want it to just be like the eyeshadows are not seamlessly blended. So you can just see I'm creating that shape, which I really like the idea of that. Ooh, a bit of depth does not hurt nobody, I'm telling you. So you can just put as little as much as you want, but I don't want this too dark, okay? So I'm just going in with that. Let's have a look. Ooh, we're creating shape, guys. I love that. It doesn't have to be perfect because this is all going to be blended out afterwards, but just get the product on. That's just the main point. I might take it just a little bit higher, to be fair. Yeah, just a little bit higher. Ooh, with another brush that's got nothing on it, and I just want to slowly start blending them together so they look quite seamless. So you can either look down and just work with the natural shape. So just go down, it will allow your eyes to catch where you need it to catch, and then you're resting your brush on there as well, so it makes it easier in terms of the fact that it's not going to fall on your face as well. And then you're just creating a little bit of depth, and then just slowly bring some of it into the crease. And I love doing this because it just works. Okay, so just definitely buff that in, and you can see I'm just creating that shape, but I want it to still be very blended. As you can see, it's starting to take shape, and you can see I've done my outer V, so it's really just creating that kind of depth to the eye. And what I want to do now is, I think I need a bit more depth, so I'm going in with Dark Honey. I'm just going to show you in the palette so it's easy for you to see. So far we've used this one for the crease, this one here for the outer V, and then I'm going to use this one just there, so it takes a bit more depth onto that eye. Okay, so it just makes it easy for you guys to know exactly what I'm doing. So I'm just pressing that in, and I'm literally just using just this area here, but I don't want it to be too dark, so I'm not trying to do too much there, if that makes sense, because it's quite a dark color, so I don't want it to like be too heavy. So I'm just slowly using it, because you don't really want to take this look too dark. Okay, so just pressing that light in. As you can see, I'm creating shape, and then the same brush where it's clean, which is this one here, what you want to do is just blend. And all I say to you is, when you are using multiple eyeshadow, blending is your best friend. So you just want to, whatever you're trying to do, just make sure it transitions very seamlessly. So I'm just like, as you can see, I'm barely touching, I'm just buffing. Okay, and I'm buffing it where I want it to go. So that's a very key part of when you are doing multiple eyeshadows. Just buff it into where you want it to be. You don't need to take it any higher, you don't need to do too much. And I'm just doing the same on this part, just buff. As you can see, just buff the eyeshadow, and you don't want it to take away product. So I'm now concentrating on the lines itself, because I want to create depth. You can see that I'm not trying to create lines. Okay, sometimes when you see people do eyeshadow, you can still see lines. The whole point of it is to be seamlessly blended. So though using dark colors, though using multiple colors, you want it to be seamless. Okay, so that works really well for that. Now we're gonna go with the juggernaut color. Now I like to use I'm going to show you this one, guys, because you want to make sure that you are doing this perfectly, okay? Just because of the fact that you've created all these dark eyeshadows, you don't want to muddy this color. So what I'm going to do is use my fingers, and I'm just going to lightly just put it like that on my finger, because I want to specifically go, this is where I want this eyeshadow to go. So I'm just going to literally press that. Oh, guys, look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's what I'm telling you guys. Look at that. And I'm using my finger, and as you can see, I'm pressing that in, but I'm not moving too much. Oh, this is gonna be beautiful. Okay, so I like to use my fingers. Some people like using brushes. I think sometimes brushes move product too much, and then I think you've got more control with your fingers. Love. So you can see I'm just lightly pressing that colour in. And you can use as much or as little as you like. As I say, for me, I'm just kind of just seeing how it's played, because it's the first time using this palette. So I don't know how strong this colour is, but boy, I'm loving it. Okay, This is all going to be according to your eye shape as well. So like I'm just trying to keep it clean. You can see that. Oh, 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 oh. I get excited when I get a good palette, okay? And this is a beautiful palette, especially if you want this particular, like everything in there is gonna work for your good. I'm telling you guys, this palette is beautiful, okay? So you can see how that looks. So I'm just gonna do the other eye and then come back. So as you can see guys, how beautiful is this looking already, okay? So what I wanna do is I wanna create a little bit of a lighter color at the front. So I'm actually gonna use, which one will go really well? I want to go darker, so I'm gonna use Guilty Pleasure. And I feel like this is, and I'm just gonna pop a little bit at the front of the eye. Just to kind of like open up the eye a little bit more. And I don't normally do this part, but because there's so much beautiful colors on this palette, I just want to utilize everything. So I'm just pressing that just at the front, just so it transitions really well. And you want to be very specific, okay, when you're using that. So I'm just basically, as you can see guys, just pressing that in at the front and just opening my eye, okay? And you can just go like near your tear ducts, just bring it up, bring it open, but I still want the gold to be the main attention, so I'm not trying to like overdo that colour. How are we looking? Yes, I'm loving this, okay? Together, I'm actually going to use this lighter colour here, and I'm going to just put that, pack it on my brow bone, just to kind of open up the eye a bit, and just kind of, it's going to lift my eye a bit, so just right near there. See that? I'm loving it. Sorry guys if I get too sad. I get sad about things like this, okay? I don't know, but sometimes when you do make it for a while and you see a good palette, you gotta just utilize as much colours as you can. And then I'm gonna go in with some liner. I've got my liner and I don't want their gold to be muddy, so what I'm gonna do is I'm only gonna use this here. And then I'm just getting my mirror just to get more precise and just very thin. Okay, we want it very thin. You want it to just kind of flow with the eye that you're going for, because you want it to be like that, if that makes sense. Now that we've done this look, I'm going to put 2 pairs of lashes on. If you've seen me do my lashes, then yeah, I have loads of videos when I'm just going to put it on. Watch some of my shorts and you'll see how I just easily put them on. So go put them on, and then I'm going to just finish off the rest of my face, because I think it's easy for you to see with some makeup on, because I just wanted to guide you guys through this makeup look, and then you can obviously do the base of it, and then of course I'll come back on camera. Hey guys, so this is the final look. So this is the ultimate glamorous eyeshadow palette that I'm telling you that I've got. I love this palette and I really want to show you some more looks from this palette. So you please need to like, comment, and subscribe, because there's going to be more tutorials on this channel, and of course also follow my IG as well, because I also do like day-to-day makeup hacks as well. So guys, this is the final look. I will see you on the next one. Bye!